What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you living? Welcome back to the third episode of Realtor Doctors Live. You have symptoms, we have solutions. We got the medicine, baby. What you need. Mikey, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I'm amazing. We're at Batch. You guys, we're at like the best studio in the world with the best partners in the world.
Yep.
We got producer Phil, we got producer Alex, we got producer Zach. Just met him. Live over there editing, probably some fire. Ting, ting, ting. What's up?
Dude, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you. We're here. We both wore black t-shirts because they are slimming.
Yeah, they look as...
We look svelte.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys, we did a pre-launch for Realtor Doctors, our paid coaching program. We just pre-launched it with a small group.
Yeah.
What is so freaking cool this week is they've done $151,000 in fees and assignments and income.
Yep.
That these dudes didn't know how to do 3 weeks ago. So that was a big win. We were a little late running here because we just went and bought a house that we were kind of like, do we want this house? Do we like this house? After walking this house, you guys, it's a manufactured home, big lot. How many car garage?
3-car detached.
3 car, like we're gonna go freaking crush.
Yeah, we're gonna go crush on. I think we're underwriting a deal. That's the one we should underwrite.
For sure. Hey, by the way, guys, if you have questions, jump in the chat. Be sure to say hello there. Spirit fingers that thing. Ding, ding, ding. If anything spiritual happens, we about to hit you with that prayed up. Can we get a prayed up? Can we get a prayed up? Dude, watch this. Oh, pray up, baby. You guys, if you were on YouTube, you guys would have seen Virgin Marys fall from the sky. Guys, I got Instagram over here because it doesn't want to hook up to the live stream. But let's run through the agenda. How to be part of the show. You can call in, and that number is...
I got it. 480-769-9376.
Get wet.
Let me repeat.
I see you, real D.
480-769... Oh, it's on the screen. 9376.
You guys, so you guys can call in. We
At
can
any time.
diagnose your specific symptoms. We will stop what we're saying if a phone call comes through, and we are all about whatever your situation is. We're going to talk about underwriting the deal today. Can I get that ticker again one more time, Alex? Thank you. Your first 120 days and how to get a deal.
Ooh.
Mikey Angel, you just spent the last 10 days, 12 hours a day, building out all the assets for our paid community.
Created a roadmap.
And one of the roadmaps you created was 120 days to guarantee your success in getting your first deal. So I want to break that down.
Perfect.
What's the perfect team structure in our opinion? So if you are going to leverage out a team, if you are going to put some leverage in your business, what do we think that should be?
Yeah.
Then we're going to do a live deal breakdown, probably the one we just bought.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good one. And then live calls throughout the process. We're going to be on here for about 45 minutes, you guys. So be sure to tag in, share this. If we've ever brought you any value, tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tell a friend. Phone a friend.
Remember the link.
And it's not, you guys, this mustache is probably only here for 1 week, okay?
So guys,
People
if you're
saying
watching
hi.
this IG live, go to the YouTube channel. Go watch us so you can get the full experience.
Tanner says freestyle rap. Drop now. Oh, we do have a parody song coming. Do you guys remember the 50 Cent song, Window Shopper? But it's going to be, what a Realtor Doctors. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that's all I got. 120-day roadmap. Let's jump into it. So, Mikey, if someone's starting right now,
I'm going to pull it up.
just like a lot of our students who are successful realtors, they know how to go get a traditional listing. They know how to work a traditional buyer. How do they go get their first investment deal inside the next 120 days? What's can you give us a little breakdown?
Yeah, I'm actually going to pull it up right now.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
While he does that,
I got it.
be sure to say hello. Okay, give us the breakdown.
So,
you
first
guys,
and
take
foremost,
notes. 120 days, guaranteed you'll do a deal if you do what he's about to tell you.
There's 4 different stages.
Okay.
Like when the number one stage where realtors struggle is they think that business is going to come their way just because they're realtors.
That's slap us.
Yeah,
That's so dumb. That is so dumb. You guys, we have a slap.
Oh, yeah.
You just think business is going to find you? No way.
No, and that was one of my mistakes. I was like, oh, I'm a realtor now, so people are just naturally going to call me to help them buy or sell a house. So 4 stages. First stage, days 0 through 30, lead generation. Becoming an expert at lead generating, choosing your lead generation method, and sticking to it for 120 days. So that's the first stage. The second stage is lead generation plus lead cultivation. What does that mean? So that means you don't stop doing the lead generation, but now you have leads that you need to constantly be following up with, nurturing, because that's where the money's made, in the follow-up. Okay. Then the stage 3, days 60 through 90, it's lead generation, lead cultivation, and lead conversion. That's
Okay.
when you start getting deals. Because we all know that real estate's about 90-day cycles. It's like you get a lead, it takes about usually
Would
60,
you
90
agree
days.
though that the off-market side has a quicker conversion
No,
cycle?
100%. Like we were looking at our conversion cycle on literally a deal that we broke down in our course for our students, and we were looking at our cold agent outreach. We got an agent that we called in March 15th.
Mm-hmm.
We got a deal from them March 22nd.
We never knew who this agent was.
Nope.
You guys, just one of our tactics, reaching out to agents with the appropriate language, script, and promises. Boom. Within 7 days?
March 22nd, we got an address. We got an opportunity.
Okay.
4 days later, we submitted an offer.
Okay.
And credit to Nick, he crushes it.
Guys, Nick Frisky, he's our head of acquisitions. He's just a beast. All right, shout out to Nick.
Shout out to Nick. 4 days later, we submit the offer, and then it took Nick 2 weeks of follow-up, of changing the offer, being good at communicating, got the offer accepted, and being that it's a 55 plus, we were not going to flip it, but we were able to find a buyer, and we're going to make an $8,000 fee. In less than
That's
30
amazing.
days, it's closing May 6th.
Dude, so in that same vein, Steven this week, agent referral. So Steven, you guys, he's one of our first students and just a stud. Gets a similar situation. Agent outreach, deal flow comes over, gets the address within 2 days, puts it under contract, ends up not being the right fit, but he moves the contract 15 grand.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, so the cash conversion cycle, when we tell you guys that it could take 120 days to go get one of these deals done, I think that's an appropriate promise or expectation. But the reality is
it could happen a lot sooner.
we've seen people within a week end up making 50 grand and they're like, holy moly.
Yeah, but also
But you don't wanna-
we've seen people take 3-4 months. And I see more people take about 1 month to get a deal rather than 3 months, but it's just an appropriate promise. So
what happens after, so lead cultivation, when you talk about lead cultivation, is that step 2?
So 4 stages. First is lead generation.
Okay.
Second stage, lead generation plus lead management, lead nurturing. Third stage, lead generation, lead management, lead conversion. That's when like your leads start to pop
How does someone manage a lead?
through their customer relationship management tool.
It's a CRM.
Yep.
What CRM do we like?
Go high level.
We use Go High Level, you guys. The CRM that works is the CRM you use.
Exactly.
Straight up. A CRM is a place to database names, information, and potential addresses, and then to have a systematic approach of reaching out to those potential clients. That's what a CRM is.
Pretty much. I mean, it takes the human element out of being able to, I got to call this lead. Like, it's just there for you to go do. Now, it's your job to sit down and actually make the calls.
I think one of the truths about this business and any business, you guys, is success looks a lot like work. And we're in this like Instagram culture now where these dudes who have never actually done business are promising, some AI tool that is going to go do the whole thing for you and money's going to show up in your bank account. It just doesn't work like that. But that's why I love what we're trying to do here at Realtor Doctors, and especially for realtors. If you're a licensed realtor, you have some knowledge and aptitude. You've jumped through some hoops. There's a barrier to entry to become a realtor, right? There's a barrier to entry that you've shown, hey, you have some brain cells, some stick-to-itiveness, some staying power. Like, you're smart enough to go figure this out.
Yeah.
So now if you're willing to layer on this acquisition company on top of your business and offer multiple options to your clients, you can go win. But to my point, it ain't easy.
No, it ain't easy.
It's simple, not easy.
It's very easy to do. It's also very easy not to do. It's boring. Like, but whoever is gonna be able to sit down, make the calls, and do the work is gonna win.
Yep.
Not a lot of people are willing to do that.
Okay, so when we're talking about our lead gen, we're always in our batch account. So you guys, we're in the batch studio right now. They're, close partners of ours. We operate everything in our batch account. So we go in there and we're going to pull our large tranches of data.
Yep. Whether it's agents or like they provide agents data and seller data.
Okay, so we take that data. We either go direct to seller or we go direct to agent. And then if we have a deal and we need to sell it, then we'll go direct to investor and then we'll look up other cash buyers. That's the third prong.
Yeah.
But to start, you're going to go direct to seller or direct to agent. We pull that data and then it's a process of making the calls, saying the language, sending the text, sending the mailers, whatever the marketing outreach is going to be. And essentially the whole goal there, you guys, is to get realtors, other realtors or investors or sellers to raise their hand and say, yes, I have a deal. Yes, we want to work with you. Yes, we have something here. Okay, so but most people think that leads to a deal right away.
Nope.
That gets to lead cultivation.
That's why it's 4 stages, and each stage is 30 days. Day 0 through 30, 31 through 60, 61 through 90, and 91 through 120.
Okay.
So lead generation, here's the thing. From days 0 to 120, lead generation never stops. It's always part of the stage. Like, because the moment you stop doing those income producing activities, like your funnel starts to weed out. And
how many realtors can relate to what we call the roller coaster of income, you guys, which is I have deals, I have money, I have a pipeline, and then it goes down.
They get complacent.
And the number one variable that is changing in your world when that's happening is your lead generation efforts. Mm-hmm. You create business by doing the right activities, lead gen.
Yep.
Then you're busy babysitting those deals and solving those problems, and you stop lead generating. Yep. And then you start to run out of money in pipeline, and then
it's just a never-ending cycle. It's what we call the commission hamster wheel.
If you guys can commit to a daily lead gen process that you never waver from, whether that's an hour a day, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 10 hours a day, whatever you could commit to, but it never, like, consistency is more important than quantity, I would say.
Yeah, I think one metric that, I mean, in the roadmap that we give to our students, like one metric really is, I don't look at it much about like 2, 3, 4 hours. Like you can time block that, but I look at it like if I'm sitting down, what's my target? And we recommend like every time you lead gen, go get 50 contacts every day.
Yep.
So and that contact doesn't mean like a 50 conversation. It just means like I talk to you, temp, and you tell me to F off. That's a contact.
I consider, and for the people on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, by the way, jump over to the YouTube. You're gonna have a better viewer experience. I mean, we got wide angle shots. Can we see the one where it shows our feet? You guys, look at this. You can see the whole set, baby. Anyway, go to YouTube. It's better. What was I saying?
Contacts.
Oh, contacts. You guys, sales is a numbers game. Contacts is the top of the funnel where I consider a contact, and I think you agree with me because we're together every day, is when someone allows me to say what I need to say.
Exactly.
If you let me say, hey, this is Templeton. Do you own the property at 123 Main Street? I'd love to make an offer on that house. If you could get that out.
And even they tell you.
Even if they say F off.
That's a contact.
That's a contact. And if you could have 50 of those contacts a day.
5 days a week.
5 days a week. So now you have 250 contacts with a 10% ratio. Let's say that turns into 25 opportunities.
Yeah, well, I would say like, let's just say you go make your 1,000 contacts a month. You can probably go get a good 50 leads.
Okay, so 1,000 contacts.
That's from sellers.
Yeah, that's direct to seller, you guys. So 1,000 contacts, if you guys could commit to this, is going to create 50 opportunities, 50 leads. And then if you have even a 2% conversion ratio, you're going to go do a deal or two. If you have a 4%, 5% conversion ratio, you're going to go do 3 or 4. 10% ratio, you're going to go do 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. And that's all this game is, you guys. It's a numbers game that is centered around KPIs, consistency in tracking them, and then doing the work. So now we're in the 120-day roadmap. They're using their CRM. They're at top of funnel in their batch account. They're doing 1,000 contacts. The 1,000 contacts turns into 50 leads, and then the 50 leads turn into a lead nurturing sequence, correct?
Yes.
How do we do that? Because I don't do
we do that through our CRM. Like our CRM has cadences, drip campaigns built in to where we text them automatically.
Can I get some flames? You guys, let the CRM, flame it. Let the CRM do the lifting for you is what I like.
Yeah. And it's not necessary. Like when I was first starting out, like I had a Podio, which was a free CRM, and all I did was like set up my tasks to call people or text them, and I would just go and do the work, right? Like I would call them and text them from my phone.
Okay.
Like then once you start doing deals, you can reinvest back into the business, get it go high level, maybe get it custom built, and then have those automations behind it do the work for you. And it's not, this is one thing I hate. A lot of people think if they go and automate it, like, it's getting done. You still have to go in there and keep track of conversations and make sure the text, and you still have to go make the calls. And
by the way, have you gotten any phone calls yet?
No, I haven't.
Guys, if you want to call in, we're here. But keep going. So I just want to make sure you're keeping an eye on that. What do you got a question? Oh man, guys, we're so focused up here.
Ooh, Jacob Clark.
Oh, what's up, Jacob? What's up, big dog? When you are doing lead gen direct to seller, are you calling as a realtor or an investor?
Great question.
Great question. You guys, investor first. So I always tell people, My warm traffic in my world, my family, my friends, my cousins, my SOI, my database, I want them to know that I'm a realtor first. Like, hey guys, I'm always here to help you. What you got going on? Secondary to that, hey, I buy houses. If you know of anyone, please let me know. My cold traffic, let's just say I'm sitting at a park bench. This person doesn't know me. We start a conversation and they say, hey, Temp, what do you do? My answer is going to be, oh, I buy houses. It's not going to be, oh, I'm a realtor, because you guys, everyone's a realtor.
Yep.
It's not that freaking sexy. Their mom's a realtor, their grandma's a realtor, their brother's a realtor, everyone's a realtor. So you really didn't hook them. And when you want to fish, and if you really want to fish with dynamite, you got to have like a good hook.
Yeah.
And so for me is, let's just start with the end in mind. If we're in that conversation hoping to earn business, and this works for your outreach as well to cold traffic, you're hoping that there is a seller that needs to sell a home, right?
Yep.
Okay. If I tell them I'm a realtor, interesting, but not super sexy.
No? Oh,
interesting though.
okay.
Okay, you're a realtor. If I say I buy houses and they have a home to sell, they're going to go, well, I have a house to sell.
Yeah.
And then I say, perfect, I'll buy it. I'll buy it right now. What's the address? Let me get my phone out. I'll buy it. What's going to happen in that, you guys, when you start with an investor first, it allows you to do some discovery, figure out what's going on with the house. 9 times out of 10, you're going to find out that it's a beautiful house. They're not in a time crunch. They have, there's not a ton of urgency. And it's like, hey guys, let me just put my realtor hat on real quick. Oh, by the way, I'm a realtor. I don't know if I
You've
mentioned that.
established credibility already.
Right. So like, I feel like I always equate it to a first date. If you try to tell the person your whole life story, it's going to be overwhelming. They're just trying to figure out like if they want to stay and eat the meal and maybe make out with you after the dinner. Like, we don't even know yet, right? Like we don't need to know that, like, hey, I got all this trauma from childhood, and they're like, whoa, dude, chill down. So when we're talking to sellers, we're just an investor. And then when because we are a realtor, we're going to still be a fiduciary. We're going to say, guys, there's money to be made here. It's just not necessarily by me. Like, I'm telling you,
Or any other investor.
Yeah, I can make you 250. I could give you 250 right now. But I'm telling you right now, your home's worth 500 grand, and you should, even after my fees, I can go sell it as a realtor. I'm one of the top realtors in the state. I can go sell this, and you're going to go make an extra 130 grand. Does that seem like a better deal for you? I think so. And when we do it that way, so much better. So investor first, pivot to agency. I'm sure some of you guys have experienced when you start with agency and then it ends up being a motivated situation and you pivot to like, well, I'll buy it. It's a little more clunky. It seems more predatory, right?
Yeah.
So always investor first, Jacob, and then pivot to agency.
While disclosing you're an agent, like, they should know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're going to tell them you're a realtor, but you just don't have to tell them out that gate.
I'm acting as a private investor.
Yes, and then in that, be like, hey guys, by the way, I'm a licensed realtor. There's other options here. We could look at all those, but my cash offer is X. So that's the best way in our opinion. When you run your list through batch leads, how then are you scrubbing them for the DNC list?
I got you guys. So we also use Batch Dialer, which is a 3 or 5 line dialer from Batch Services. And we don't scrub our list when we skip trace them. Like, we get the data, and then when we upload that data into a dialer, you have the option right there. Like, there's a little button that says Scrub Federal DNC List. And you can click that button, and it's going to remove those from your list. So that's pretty much, it's just a click of a button.
You guys, I was thinking about this the other day. What software has done to our industry? Phil, you got feedback for us?
When you skip trace in batch leads, soon hover over that number, it'll tell you if it's on.
So Phil, who is head honcho, said when you're skip tracing in batch leads, if you hover over the number, it'll tell you if it's on the DNC or not. So,
yep.
What to the point I was about to make is software, you guys, has made this game so freaking easy, especially good software like we use with batch. Is when I first started in real estate, I was printing out Google Maps. Remember MapQuest, where you could put like 9 addresses? I had MLS sheets. I didn't really, we had the MLS, but there wasn't any software to automate this sort of thing. Some of my best business on the investment side would just come from like knocking doors or handwritten letters, which still works. But you guys, this software allows you to go potentially touch 1,000 deals in the same amount of time I used to do 50.
Yeah.
So they've thought of these things. Living in Phoenix, Arizona, we probably know each other, hopefully. Tell me who you are. What's up? Great question. If you're using your batch account, they've made the DNC issue very easy.
And also, one of the things that, like, with batch leads, once you pull a list and you skip trace it, a lot of people don't know this, but the property address and the mailing address are two completely separate things. Like you also need to go skip for the mailing address, right? So if you're out there and you're doing mail campaigns, oh, what's up, Jake?
What's up, Jake?
He's gonna join Realtor Doctors.
Let's go, dog. Can we get flames?
Yeah.
Do you want flames or do you want Virgin Mary?
Both.
Can we get?
Oh,
and then rain down.
Pray up, Jake.
¿Cómo se dice en español?
Virgen.
Virgen María. Virgen María. No mames. Okay, lo siento. Back to the point. Jake, what's up, dog?
So yeah, you can actually then filter your list through mailing address and make sure you're sending your mail to the mailing address.
Mark, what's up, dude? You guys, Mark, one of our Realtor Doctor students is on.
What's up, Mark?
Mark, get over to the YouTube channel, dog. Better viewer experience. You can see our feet. See our feet. It's amazing. Oh, dang, check it. Oh, dang. Oh, dude. All right, can we get the ticker? I feel like the last part on this 120-day cycle, you guys, is you're going to start getting deals and contracting them. If you're in Arizona, this is our show, so I'm just going to call it a cheat code and promote ourselves. Just send us the deal, and we'll walk you through the whole thing. We're going to end up JVing the deal with you, but like this is how we do a ton of deals. We help a lot of investors who they want to hit the easy button and focus on other stuff. They get the deal over to us. We run the whole thing. We split the money. So that's a great option, or they can represent us. However, we're going to sort out the deal. If you're in Arizona, we got you. However, go find that person in your market that is a buyer or doing deals. And one of the best ways to do that is go get in your batch account whenever you get a specific deal. Let's call it 123 Linda Lane. You're going to draw a circle around there in your batch account, and you're going to go skip trace every cash buyer in the last 6 months, 12 months. It's going to give you, let's say, 17 results, 27 results, 97 results. Skip trace it. And then what's the language when they make that call?
Hey, ring, ring.
Ring. Oh, hello.
Hey, is this Temp?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Hey, Temp, my name's Miguel. I saw you bought the property over there and flipped it on 123 Main Street, and you did a pretty good job.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I was just calling because I just got a property under contract in that same neighborhood, and I was just wondering to see if you'd be interested in another flip.
This dude's butter. Yeah, of course. This is how I make a living. I love. How much do you want for it?
Oh, sweet, man. Well, it's 123 Linda Lane. It's pretty much around the same asking price that you bought it for. Same model match, 3.2. So is it okay if I text you a couple pictures?
Yeah, for sure. Send it over.
All right, man. I'll send it over right now.
You guys, people complicate the dispo process. There are investors who are great flippers, great buy and hold investors, or they have retail buyers. They don't know how to go direct to seller. They don't know how to go get the deals, control the deals, which is exactly what we teach you here at Realtor Doctors, is how to get the deal flow and then figure out what's the best option for it. And these guys, these are not hard phone calls. Like when you have a good deal, when you have a good deal and you're selling it to the person that just did the exact same kind of deal down the street, does that seem like a hard phone call?
And also, like, if you want to go and skip trace and start building buyers list, you can do that. But if you lock up a specific deal, like I still do this to this day. I'll go to the county records, and that's where I comp, and I'll start looking at the comps and see what's been flipped, and I'll start opening like the MLS and the tax records of who the owners are. And a lot of the times they're owner agents. If not, I'll call the listing agent and be like, hey, I may have a new house for your client. Would they be interested in? And that works a lot of the times. And also, if they don't pick up, you just text them like, hey, Temp, this is Miguel. I saw you flipped a home there. I may have a deal for you. Call me back. They're going to call you.
If they're real
fast.
investors, you guys, they're going to give you a call. So, you guys, be sure to keep asking questions in the chat.
And call in. We haven't gotten a call.
Oh, this is not good. Don't say that out loud, but it's all right, guys. But, dude, IG's been popping off. We've had a nice little viewership. Let's go to the next. Alex, can you make it a little... Can you make it a little bigger? Pause.
Oh, there's a great question.
I think
you need to ask that because I think we probably have differing opinions. Can you go to the questions? A little bit, scroll down. A little bit down. Right there. If I'm posting on IG every day, how many contacts does that count as?
Eric and Shauna, great question. What's up? So if I'm posting on IG every day, how many contacts does that count as?
I'd say 0.
0.
Now, don't get me wrong. That's an income producing activity. Now, you can't measure that with contacts. You need to measure that as like, hey, if I'm going to go make 5 posts and ask for business every single day, then that's your metric.
Yeah. So to Miguel's point, and we agree on this, is I've been super blessed with the presence on social media and a brand and everything I've built over the last 10, 12 years here in Phoenix, that I get a lot of deal flow. Miguel coming from Mexico here, going to college, he didn't have the database, right?
Yep. No.
Like you didn't
Zero.
have the same.
I didn't know anyone.
So for Miguel to do the same amount of revenue that I do, which he does because he crushes, it has to look different for him. A lot of my stuff is social media, posting, brand awareness, setting what I would call like fish traps that people swim into, and then I get to go check the basket. What you've had to do, and now you have more of the brand stuff because for the last 4 or 5 years we've been crushing. But in the beginning, you guys, he couldn't just post and get 10,000 people to see it. Mm-mm. So he had to go do the work that we just described around pulling the list and making the calls. They are two separate activities. If we're being honest, social media posting is pretty dang easy. It takes like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes to put together a good video. Josh, what's up, brother? We just sold him a great deal. We love you. Josh.
You should call in, Josh.
We also sent him a bottle of Prada.
Oh,
because one day he gave me a hug at the office and he goes, man, you smell good. And I was like, okay, mental note. We just did a great deal together. Prada shows up on his doorstep. You know what? You want to know what book that came from? Mr. Schmooze. Could I get flames, please? That's just a hot take. You guys, if someone transacts with you and does a great deal, take care of them. Yeah. Let them know you're thinking about them, and thank you, because I'm going to sell him another deal today. What point was I making?
So, IG posting or...
Oh, IG posting. So sorry, Eric and Shauna. What most realtors do and what most investors do is they wake up in the morning, they get to the gym, they think about some work, they check their phone, they get lost in some Instagram, they call one past client maybe, then they're like, oh, it's lunchtime now, well, I better go eat, and then, oh, I needed that haircut, I need an oil change, got to get an oil change. Now it's 3 or 4 o'clock, you guys, and they realize they haven't done anything with their day, so they make a social media post around like, hey guys, send me your deals, hope you're doing well, I'm at an open house, and then they're like, whew, what a day. Busy day. When in reality, they did like 20 minutes of work. And I'm not trying to throw shade, but the shade was thrown. Like, they're just not working hard enough. Social media is so high leverage. Take an hour a day even, which is too much. Really be thoughtful of the content you're approaching. My content has started to do really well and be well received when I decided who it was for, which is realtors. And I'm going to give them the best information I can. Like, I'm not holding any punches. I'm literally teaching people the best thing I know. So, and as I started to do that, and I did it consistently, I had the growth and the lead flow and all that sort of stuff. So I think social media is a nice gravy on the potatoes, but it's not the steak or potatoes.
No, because, I mean, great saying out there, what doesn't get measured doesn't improve. Mm-hmm. So Eric and Shauna, let me ask you this. How are you measuring your output in social media? Like, we're not saying stop doing it. Social media is a fantastic tool that if used the right way, it could produce fantastic results. However, like if you're banging out like, oh, I'm going to make 5 social posts, how many contacts? Well, can you actually measure that? Like, are you getting DMs out of your post? Are you getting lead flow sent your way?
Well, I think you have to be honest with yourself too. So if you have a target, let's say you want to go make $1 million this year, you got to go make 83 grand a month. And your average deal size 10 grand, you got to go do 8 or 9 deals a month, right?
Yeah.
That's the metric. And if we know 8 or 9 deals takes 2,000 contacts. So you can back into that. Well, if you're not willing to go do all that contact work and the goal is 8 or 9 deals, or let's just say it's even 2 or 3, and if the social media posting is not bringing the result that is needed, well, then you can't really hang your hat on it. It's nice. It's something you could keep working on. It's something you could keep building. But if it's not yielding the result you need, then you can't use it as a metric.
Hang up.
Felipe Pool Guy. I got to call him back. Just bought another flip. Sorry, guys. Felipe, our pool guy, was calling. Oh, I should put it on Do Not Disturb, huh? Sorry, guys. Real business happening here.
Social media.
Social media. If it's not yielding a result, then you can't call it. I mean, keep working on it, but you can't call it an income-producing activity. So I hate to say it. It's a nice thing. All right, Juan Alas. Juan Alas. How do you make deals as investors while being licensed as a realtor, still being ethical and honoring your fiduciary duties? Great question. So this is why we so strongly recommend that investors get licensed. Because one, you should have a moral compass and an ethical compass that forces you to do the right thing. But when you have a license, it actually forces you to do the right thing. And what we have found is the way we do it is through disclosure and through delivering all the options. What a lot of unlicensed wholesalers do, and just, it's kind of a grimy world out there if we're being honest. What they'll do is they get direct to seller and they try to prey on the person's naivete. Is that how you say that word? Naivete. Lack of knowledge around the asset. So they're going in saying, hey, I'll give you 200 grand. I'll give it to you right now. And you got to sign and you got to sign, knowing dang well that the home's worth 400 or 500. That actually might be the best thing for the seller. What we choose to do and why we have so much success, one is we're going to go in and say, hey, tell us what's going on. Like, tell me about your situation. And if they start telling me, hey, I'm in pre-foreclosure, bank's going to take it away, I'm out of time, I have no desire to deal with this, I want to get rid of it, I'm done. Okay, well, a cash offer for 200 grand might make sense. However, what we're going to tell them in that process, Juan, is, guys, we can do that for you, and it sounds like that's going to be the best option. But before we do, you need to know your home's worth 450, 500 if it looked like this. Like if it looked like this comp down the street, beautiful 2024 standard, it's worth more money. Is that something you want us to try to help you do? Because we can put our realtor hat on, go sell that, make a commission, and okay, fine. How about an as-is represented on the market offer? What would that get us right now? If we just went and put our realtor hat on and put your distressed house on the market, what would that look like? Okay, great. There's that option. And then third, here's our cash offer. Here's how we make money. We're either going to make a fee for finding an end buyer, or we're going to take it down and we're going to flip it. Are those okay with you? And when you disclose in that manner, and when you give a menu of options, or let's say they have low to no equity, that's where we might pitch creative. Or if they have it completely paid off, we might pitch seller finance. There's no wrong way to acquire real estate, especially if you're licensed. The wrong thing to do is to not present the menu of options and to not help people understand all their options.
Exactly.
So Juan, hopefully that, I just think it's a personal character thing, and people are going to do it right or they're going to do it wrong. And if you're in Realtor Doctors or if you're in our community, you're going to learn how to do it the right way.
Yep.
So Eric, if I send a mass email like Spencer did to all MLS agents, they now see me as Eric the Realtor. Who do you also recommend I do agent outreach at?
Would you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can't read. Tahi,
Naive.
the Tamp. Sorry.
Naivety.
Remember that meme? Naivete is a word, bro.
Naivete is a word?
Slap me. Okay. Where was I?
Oh.
Would you also recommend I do? Oh, we got a call.
Eric, you're on Realtor Doctors.
Hey, what's going on, you guys?
What's up, brother? Good to incoming call. Can we get some flames? We finally got a call. Can we get some Virgin Marys for that? Let's go. Eric, go ahead and hit us with your question, brother.
Yes. Yeah, so my question is around, like through the Facebook group, I saw Spencer, he did like a mass email to all MLS and just kind of giving them a heads up that he is, of course, a realtor, but also investor.
Okay.
My question is, would you guys also recommend, if I have like a CRM that's kind of being built that will allow me to do agent outreach, kind of just as an investor as well, and send mass tech to automated follow-up and whatnot, would you recommend that I do both? Or is it better to just go one way or another on that?
I mean, what do you mean by both? Like, do you mean just send emails or also do agent outreach? Because the one thing where I think you're a little bit confused is they now see me as Eric the Realtor. No, you're Eric the Investor that happens to also be a Realtor.
Correct.
Does that make sense? You're always Eric the Investor that happens to be a Realtor. That you're licensed. So you know what you're doing. You know your stuff. So, like, you're not just a wholesaler. You're a licensed professional.
Eric, so on your outreach on that, essentially every time we're outreaching anyone, we're all selling, right? We're always selling something. We're selling our wife on let's hook up tonight, with our activities throughout the day. We're selling our kids on being good. If they do XYZ, we're selling agents on the idea of sending us deals, right? And in that sales process, the best salespeople let people know the convenience and value proposition that you offer. So in that, I wouldn't so much worry about how you're viewed. I would more so worry about what you can do. Whether you're a realtor or an investor really doesn't matter. They need to know that Eric can close within a week. He can put in hard earnest money day one. He can underwrite and give them a comp or a cash offer within 24 hours. And, and he can give them numbers pre-listing. Whatever your value proposition is, doesn't matter what your label is per se. What matters is what they think of you. So like I get so many deals because people know Temp will know what to do with this. Like essentially that's what it boils down to, right? Like we have something here. We don't exactly know what to do with it. Temp will know. And they call me and I'll be like, hey, here's what you got. Here's what I can do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that definitely makes more sense.
So your email and text or whatever that is.
Find a solution for them.
Yeah, but in your messaging, like I would go and spend a little time on YouTube or on Google and study a little bit of copywriting. There's a way to write. There's a way to write really simply. Like you almost want to write it like a third grade level of like a story. Here's who I am. Here's what I do. Here's how that is good for you. Let's work together.
Does that make sense? Did that answer your question, or are you still like, oh, I need this cleared up?
No, that answers it. I think it's pretty much I was thinking, okay, do I want them to look at me as a realtor or investor? But no, that definitely helps out, so I know kind of which avenue to take.
All right, man. I know we met last week and you shadowed me, dude, and I think you're overthinking it, dude.
Yeah, I think it's just time to take action.
It is, brother. You know what to do. You know exactly what to go do and crush.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you guys both.
All right, man. Well, dude, thanks for calling in.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we get some prayers up for Eric?
Yeah, prayers up for Eric. He's got a
also
first deal.
just had a
And
new
he just had
baby.
a new baby. Prayers up for the baby. Can we get the ticker up? Okay. Underwriting a deal real quick. I think this is important because we're getting here to the end of the show, guys, here soon. And all of this is for naught if you don't know how to look at a deal.
Yeah.
So high level view, Miguel, when someone is making the calls and getting the realtors to send deals and getting the seller to say yes, how can they quickly gauge if something's a deal or not?
How can they quickly gauge if something's a deal or not? By knowing your market and knowing how to comp.
Okay, so what's the first variable they need in the comping process?
Just comping?
Yep.
I mean,
ARV.
ARV.
Okay, so ARV, you guys, if you're a realtor, put your realtor hat on and say, if this home was beautiful, if someone flipped it, if it looked like the 3 comps in the neighborhood, what would it sell for? And that's going to be the first variable that you need for this equation. And let's just call it, it's 400 grand. If this thing was awesome, this can actually be a live deal breakdown of the deal we just bought.
Okay.
We just bought a deal for $235,000. We think we can go get 375 to 400. 400 after today, I think we can go get 400. Yeah. So 400,000 is our ARV. That's the first thing. When we decided to take on this deal, you guys, we had to decide on our exit, what can this become? Like, how much can we go get?
And we underwrote actually at 370. Bless you.
No, it's more of a tickle.
Oh.
More of a tickle. Slap me. Where's the tickles go? Okay, so 400.
Okay.
What are the costs associated with that? So now we have to back out the math, you guys. And this is the math you got to get really good at.
Cost of sale.
So cost of sale, when we go flip it and we put it back on the market, we got to go sell it. And we like to create some cushion. We're licensed. We're going to have less fees than this because we're going to do it probably discounted. But we like to do 6%.
Yep. And especially where we bought, there's going to be a likelihood that we're going to have some concessions.
Yeah, we'll have some concessions.
So let's do 7%.
So let's go 7%. So you're going to times 400,000 times 93%.
We got it.
Which ends up being, well, I want to show them.
Oh, 372.
372,000. Okay. Next, when we're buying these houses, we're typically paying all closing costs because for the convenience of the seller to sell at a discount, we're going to cover all closing costs. Let's call that $5,000.
Yeah. So let's say we're all in 240 on the purchase, right?
So the purchase was 235 plus $5,000 of closing costs. So that's 240.
We're getting money lent, hard money.
We're going to borrow hard money. Let's just call it at 12%. So 12%.
Divide 12%. So you multiply 240,000 times 12%, and you get 28,800.
Then divide that by 12.
We divide that by 12.
That gives you a monthly hard money payment of $2,400, you guys.
Let's say our holding cost, what, 5 months? just be extra cautious?
We're going to be done with this deal in 6 weeks, and I think we could sell it in 6 weeks, which gives us a 3-month turn. But let's do 6 months just to be safe.
All right. We got a total holding cost of $14,400.
You see where we're creating these small cushions, you guys, like these variables for room for error?
Yeah.
So we think we can do it in 3 months, and I think this is a rookie mistake a lot of new investors or realtors do.
Yeah.
Is they assume, well, it'll only take 3 months. Let's just put $7,500 of holding costs.
No.
Well, guys, that'd be great, and that'll be a nice surprise if that happens. But we're going to schedule for 6 months.
So 372 minus 12,800.
Okay.
We're at 359,200.
359,200. This is after cost of sale, and this is after the hard money cost, right? Next, we're going to have a renovation cost. We just FaceTimed our GC. We walked the whole house with him, and we think we're going to have a bid of around 40 to 50,000 on this.
Let's just say 50,000.
Let's say 50,000 just to be safe. So 359,200 minus $50,000.
309,200.
309,200. Okay, so now, am I missing any other costs?
You are missing the acquisition closing cost, which we factored into the loan.
Yeah, we put that at 240. So we're going to take the 309,200, you guys, and we're going to minus our acquisition cost of 240,000, which ends up giving us
69,200.
69,000. Can we get some prayer hands on this?
And some money.
And some money. Oh, we have money. We have money featured. Pray up.
Oh,
boom.
that was a new one.
Guys, this deal on a good day is going to make us just about 70 grand. And if we only go get 275, that's going to take 25 off of that. Let's say we go make about 40 to 45,000.
But we also inflated a point or two on the selling cost. We increased our budget by 10 grand because I really think it's going to be around 40.
Yeah, so we put all these variables in place, you guys, where we can be wrong and still be very right. And what we, from experience in the past, you guys, when the market was hot, we were squeezing deals to make them make sense. And then they always worked out until they didn't. And then we were like, shoot, we held this longer. Renovation went up, and the market wasn't saving us because it wasn't just ticking up 5% a month like it had been.
Coming down 5%.
So now it's coming down, and now we went and had to go lose some money.
And we were shooting for a 10% spread, and when the market turned, there was like a 10% downtick in like 3 months. So like our profit disappeared.
And then, you know, your holding cost is burning you, and it just ends up being a bad day. So don't do that. Let us be the guinea pigs on that one. It's not fun. Could we get the ticker? So hopefully that makes sense on underwriting, you guys. We actually have
11 minutes.
We have 11 minutes, but we probably have a PDF that we're going to come out with that can show you that that breakdown of how to underwrite that.
Yep.
What's the perfect team structure?
I love this question.
What's the perfect team structure? All right, guys. Me, Miguel, and our third partner, Rodolfo, who's now living back home in Mexico. But when we started to really build our company, it was us and an assistant.
At the start.
Then it quickly grew to us, 2 assistants, and 1 acquisition. And then it went to 10 acquisitions. And in addition to these 10 acquisitions, you have to keep
feeding them.
Full-time salespeople fed. So we had 80 cold callers overseas calling. We had text campaigns. We had PPC. We had all this marketing cost that would funnel in. That was great for that market. And then what started to happen is we could buy a ton of houses that couldn't move, right? Or we didn't like the risk to go flip them or hold them because the debt service coverage ratio got all jacked up because of rates. So then what we ended up doing is we scaled back, and Rod ended up moving back home. So then it was me, Miguel, and 1 assistant.
Yeah.
You guys, our overhead went from about 100 grand a month to 8 grand a month. It was so easy to become profitable at this point. And to us, this is all leads me to the point. I think the perfect system is the rainmaker, so the owner, in this case, the owners.
Leverage.
One TC admin. So like we're not touching the paperwork. He runs the finances and kind of like you're having to do some more stuff.
Yeah, well, I run kind of like the operation, oversee the operation.
He has an admin assistant that helps him do all this stuff. Paul, thank you, bro. We're glad you're loving it. Dude, can we get a fire? Paul's liking this.
Dude, I love this.
So he has admin assistants and TC because you guys should not be touching your own paperwork. I just kind of bring deals.
Yeah.
Would you say?
I mean, well, it's an
opportunity. Like I'm top of funnel, opportunity and income. Miguel does the same, but then he has some operational obligations and stuff that he has to like run the business. And then the next variable that you add in is 1 acquisition person. You should have 1 or 2.
Or 2. So
yeah, speak
here's
to that.
the thing. like, what do you really want? Getting clear on what you want your life and your business to look like is a big part. Because when we had the 10 sales guys, the 80 virtual agents, we had 2 admins, we were making a lot of money, thank God, right? However, it's been the most money I've ever made in my life. Well, no, not really. Right now I'm making a little bit more. But back then, I was miserable inside. I felt obligated to a thing that I like didn't want to go. Like, and I had to be at the office first, and it was just insane. And we quickly found out, like, dude, we want more. We want freedom. That's what I think majority of the people want. There's people out there that
If you want to go scale a big business and you love being at the office, you know,
and having 80
6 to 8.
employees and like if you love that, there's people out there that love that. Great. I don't. And I found that out. And we figured out that our perfect blend is us, the owners, with leverage on the operations side, which is an admin. Get yourself a good admin that you pay well.
Kim, shout out to Kim.
Shout out to Kim.
Can we get some flames? We love you, Kim.
And then we started rebuilding our operation right now with 1 acquisitions. We may bring another one later on. And that's it. You and I know how to go direct to seller and talk to agents and get deal flow. Then Nick knows how to also help us underwrite. And for me, that's a perfect blend of like, hey, dude. And you know what's funny? I think I've been more in the office like this year than I've ever been in my life.
Because you're enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it.
So you guys, let you in on a little secret. So me and Miguel are amazing partners because we have honest conversations and we know our roles, right? I know what is required of me. He knows what's required of him. We have open communication. So it was a few weeks ago, I was just a little burnt out. And I'm like, Mike, I'm not coming in, man. I'm going to do the amount of deals I promise. I'm going to do 1 to 2 deals a week. That hits our numbers. That's our metric. Like, you take care of the rest. I love you. That's the agreement. Right? I was just like burnt out.
Yeah.
I was like, but I'm not coming in. Like, I can do these deals whether I'm walking my dog or at the gym. And then, like, from the day after, we had a good conversation after, and I was like, sorry, man. I think I was just burnt out. I've been in like every day, like doing the work, doing all the stuff that I said I didn't want to do because I can kind of go buy a deal or 2 every week.
Yeah.
Just cause. So I was like, dude, this is what I want to do. And then sure enough, when it feels light and you have clarity on what you want,
when you're enjoying
the work doesn't feel like heavy work.
No, if you enjoy what you do, and dude, I love my team. I love hanging out with you. I love hanging out with Nick. Like, I love hanging out at the office, and I want to be there. And dude, I'm there. We do deals. We do work. We enjoy. We go out for lunch. It's just light.
It's light. So you guys, the perfect team starts with being clear on what you want.
Yep.
Ooh, Juan, we're going to get to that question. The perfect team is being clear on what you want, the amount of income that you'd like to create, and what you're willing to do to get it. And for us, we know that we can always go do 100 to 150 grand light.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean,
we don't make.
Took us 8 years to get there.
Yeah, but we keep all that money, and that's key too, right? Like we don't add people, processes, and cost anymore, just for the sake of people, processes, and cost. And we would encourage you to do the same. Juan, let's get to this question.
However, can I add one more thing?
Yeah, come
one
on.
big thing
Your
is
show, baby.
we are a small team. We do a lot of revenue, and our margins are amazing. That's not to say we still have an operation where we have systems, processes, standard operating procedures,
alignment
meetings. Like we have level 10 meetings. Like we have certain structure, and like it's not like willy-nilly that we just show up and do business. No, there's structure, but it's structure that we've placed ourselves that we're gonna enjoy.
I'm kind of willy-nilly.
No, you're a peacock. I gotta let you fly. He's a peacock. I gotta let him fly. Like when do I ever like not let you fly?
Never.
Like
we don't know, but peacocks got colors. Yeah, you gotta let my wings come out, baby. No, but Miguel's the best partner ever because I actually told him this in the car the other day. I was like, dude, you've created a company again. Like this is a systematized SOP, leveraged. It's a awesome business that just like prints. And I don't really do a lot of that. He is the person.
It runs.
No, you run it.
Well, yeah, I run it, but like right now we're getting 2 deals closed. Escondido,
Brookside.
We're not even signing for the deal.
Yeah. Oh, that's a vet move, you guys. Give your trusted admin power of attorney.
Well, it's not power of attorney. They're only it's a corporate resolution where the only thing they can do is signed documents.
You guys, when we were buying like a house
Like,
a day,
a deed.
when we were buying like a house a day, like we finally had to get our admin to get signing power because we were signing docs like all the time. Actually, I have to leave this show here shortly because I got to go sign docs on a different LLC that she doesn't have, whatever that thing is. Anyway, let's get to Juan's question.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that's a perfect question to the show.
If I have a seller willing to sell their house or lot but doesn't want to list, how would you suggest getting paid as a realtor? I wouldn't.
Oh my God.
Okay, so if I have a seller, let's break this down. If I have a seller willing to sell their house but doesn't want to list, how would you suggest getting paid as a realtor? Again, I'm going to go into that conversation, Juan, as an investor first, making sure they understand that I'm a realtor. But if they don't want me to put my realtor hat on and use my realtor resources, then I don't need to go get paid in that fashion. What I need to do is disclose, hey, I like the deal, because you're only going to take this deal on if there's a way to make money, because none of us are here working for free. And here's another thing to always keep in mind, you guys. And Juan, you asked the question about the fiduciary earlier. Your commissions come from seller equity. Your assignments or profits in flipping come from seller equity. So erase this idea that like, if I do it as a realtor, it's more ethical. It's not. It's the seller's equity that is paying you. Disclosure and the openness and the tactics that you use to go get deals done and solve problems is how it is appropriate and ethical. But what I would do in this case is, if it's at the right value, I'd go to the seller and be like, hey, if you don't want to go to the traditional methods, we could do several different contractual agreements here. We could do a novation.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to guarantee you this price and then go to the open market and I'll go deal with the MLS and I'll go list it and I'll deal with all the problems and I'm going to make whatever above our agreement is. That's legal. I could also contract it as a buyer and then go try to assign or wholesale that contract.
Find you a buyer.
And find you a buyer and say, hey, if I can go get paid more and give you the number you need, is that okay? And if that doesn't work, then I might...
you can go find a buyer and then have the buyer pay you a fee.
Yeah. Last but not least, go find a buyer that likes it. Have an exclusive agency or like get some sort of...
Non-representation, seller compensation agreement.
Whatever he just said, get that in place and then you can go get paid. But you guys, none of us are out here working for free. We're solving problems for sellers, and the trade is compensation. And typically that's going to come in the form of cash, them paying you, or from their equity.
Juan, if you're in Arizona, dude, we like send us that deal and we'd be willing to help you. We have a saying, bring us the ingredients, we'll bake the cake. So, I mean, if you're in here, or if you're in another market, let us know and maybe we can help you some way, somehow.
Today, guys, we had a Realtor Doctor student. They had 2 banger deals in Virginia, and we lined them up with our other buddy who does deals in Virginia. We're not trying to eat on that. We just want to bring value and connect people. We're not trying to gatekeep. So even if you have deals in, I got great buyers in Florida. We got Nick down there.
Yeah.
We got Baton Rouge. We got St. Louis. We have North Carolina, Spencer down there. So there's plenty of places. If you guys have something, we could connect you with the right people. Before we jump off, you guys, big shout out to Batch for allowing us to shoot this here. If you guys have not gone to batchleads.com and use code TEMP,
Batchleads.io.
this is literally where we operate the top end of our business.
Backbone.
Secondary to that, if you guys want to be with a broker that allows you to be entrepreneurial, that allows you to be an investor, go to the link that we have running across, which is for Real Brokerage. It's a national brokerage. You're going to pay someone your money if you're doing deals. You might as well get something back for it. We'd love for you to join us there. Be Real Media. If you guys are here in town or across the nation and you guys need some video editing, they are the best. They can take exactly what we filmed here today and go chop it up and turn it into the best stuff. Some of the top realtors here in the state are using them and they're amazing. Our buddy Brandon Morgan. Make sure that you tell them Realtor Doctors when you give them a call. They'll give you 10% off.
Sweet.
Dude, you guys, great freaking show. We appreciate you. Juan, North Carolina. I would love to be a part of Realtor Doctors. Juan, go to the
free Facebook group.
Do we have a link for that, Producer Alex?
Just search Realtor Doctors community. There should be a picture of me and Temp right there.
Handsome.
And man, we have people in North Carolina.
We'll line you up. We have North Carolina set. Stay prayed up, baby.
Come on, head honcho.
Jump in there. You guys, also, Realtor Doctors paid course will be done and ready here in the next few weeks. We are so excited to have, stay prayed up. We are so excited to take this from the small subset that we started with, that we've proven the model, and to take it to the masses. So if you guys are looking to really take your investment game, layer it on top of your existing agency business, get off this hamster wheel of money, learn how to do deals, disposition deals, underwrite deals,
gen.
and create a business, that's what it's there for. So
Yep. Love it, dude.
appreciate you guys. We love you all. Peace.
Great show.
Oh, look at that. Great show. Good job, Mike. You're a
Showman.
good job, Mike Angel. IG. Love y'all.
Should we take that stuff or do you guys have use for it?
I'll go through it and have it ready for you guys next week and see what's
Alright. Oh, okay. But they can't hear us, right? Oh, okay.
Realtor Doctor live show. We had a lot of viewers on IG.
Yeah, so what I recommend doing, Temp, actually is like, sometime in the next 2 weeks, if you can do it live, like,